Hey, welcome to ClankTV. This is Q Reyes coming at you. Decided to take the set outside because I can do that, so why not? I'm out here somewhere in the woods. But because I wanted to talk about something and I just haven't had the time to really make videos because I've been running around. So I figured, you know what, wherever I'm running around at, I'm gonna make these videos and keep the channel going. Got some videos about Tupac coming up, things I found out. Part of the reason why I've been missing in action. I'll explain that later in a different video. Wanted to talk about right now, the Oscars just happened. I was part of a movement called Oscars So White. And what this is, I'm gonna give you my perspective because there's a lot of different perspectives and everyone has an opinion. But mine is not necessarily that I feel that way. I'm more of a don't beg anyone for anything. You know, I'm that kind of person. It's like, you don't want to give me an Oscar, you don't want to give Latinos or black people, whatever, an opportunity. Don't. It's really not our organization. It's never been. And sure, we can ask to be included, but I feel like that's taking away some of our power. That's going to the KKK and asking them to let us in and be more inclusive. Is that, they have an organization and they give themselves awards, and now we're asking for them to give us an award. Like, that's going to validate our work. I think our work speaks for itself. Whatever race you are, if you do great work, you do great work. And why do I support the movement is because I think that it's the only thing being done. There's nothing else being done to make sure that we're included in a lot of the benefits from our own purchasing power. Latinos, we make up a huge number, and I don't want to give you wrong numbers, but we're at least in the 20th, 30% of the money, of the movie money. We go to the movies. We're big spenders. We're big consumers, and even with our troubles, maybe with immigration or whatever, it doesn't matter if you don't have papers. I know people that are spending major money on new cars. They're buying clothes. They're buying things. They're contributing to the economy. But that's not the point. The point is that our purchasing power is huge. Yet our representation in these films and even TV shows is very slim. But Oscars are so white. I don't feel it's about not having white people there. It's more, what about us? We don't see ourselves in the screen. And when we do see ourselves, we're misrepresented. We always look bad. And, go ahead, point out a character here and there or a movie. That's a fraction of our lives. We're more than that. And until we start demanding more, we're not going to get more. So I had a chance to stop by there was a protest outside the Oscars right there in Hollywood. I stopped by, talked to some people that, feel a certain way about the Oscars.
Hi, I'm Josefina Lopez. I'm a professional screenwriter for over 27 years. And I was protesting with the National Hispanic Media Coalition because Hollywood is racist. And we're sick of it. And the Latinos buy more movie tickets than any other group, and we're not represented. We are 18% of the population, but only 3.1% of the roles go to Latinos, and we're usually playing servants, thugs, criminals, sex objects. We're sexualized and exploited, and it's not fair. And the excuse is that there aren't enough Latino screenwriters writing stories. That's not true. That there aren't enough stories or movies. That's not true. There are so many stories. I've been trying to get movies made for over 27 years. Actually, one of my movies got made. It's called Real Women Have Curves. If you've seen Lady Bird, Lady Bird is the whitewashed version of Real Women Have Curves. And it's sad. It sucks that our stories get ignored when we do make them. and we're just sick of it. We're tired of just being the marginalized people, and we want our voices to be heard, and that's why I was here at this protest.
Hi, I'm Mariana. Mariana Sked, and I'm protesting because we make up 18 to 20% of the population, and I think it's insane that we only had like 3% of the speaking roles. I go to the movies a lot, like a lot. I watch TV so much, and I think it really matters to see myself up there, and future generations, and I think we bring in a lot of money, 25% of the buying power. So that's why I'm here, because I think we should make a ripple. One small thing can lead to a huge change.
We want more Latinos on the big screen on television. We deserve the opportunity. We need to be represented.
I'm personally here supporting the cause as well, because there are so many unrepresented Latinos and Black people and just people of color. And there's recently a new film that was filmed, and it's about Dora the Explorer, and they cast like a white girl. I have to do more research, but she looks white and she's speaking in Spanish, and so I'm asking myself, why isn't it like Dora? Why doesn't Dora look like me? Like, that's how Dora looks in the cartoon. So it just makes me upset that Hollywood is getting people who are white, when in reality, those people who you are having play the role are people of color. So that's a little bit upsetting, and I feel like we should be more represented.
Now, as you can see, these are people that are out here wanting to make a difference. They want to work, and the opportunity is really not there. And I can tell you that from me living in this town. Talent does not matter here. It's really about who you know, and you're like, okay, well, that's what you choose to do. Why don't you go be a mechanic somewhere, and then get a mechanic Oscar? But it's not about that. It's that television, since throughout history and films, has been used to shape people's culture, to shape our point of view. And a lot of people believe what they see, these images they see on the screen. And if we don't take control of that, our image will forever be controlled by someone else that is not us. And by that I mean whether you're Latino, Black, Indian, Native American, whatever. You got to take control of your own image, and we don't have that opportunity. We don't have the distribution to make a film and put it out in front of our audience. We just don't have that. So in a way, we are begging to let us in, because we don't control those channels. Now with the internet and all of that, everything's changing. Still, we're in the very minority, and we continue to be in the minority until we change that perspective of being a minority. And I just, that's the reason that I support this Oscars Are So White. Like I said, I don't agree necessarily with begging. I feel that way. It's bittersweet, because I want to be supportive. I just think we are begging for inclusion in a club that they don't want us in there. And I guess I'm prideful. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like that feeling. But I don't see anyone else doing anything. I don't see anyone else coming up with solutions. And I know, people, we should make more films, and we should make more of our own projects. We just don't have the distribution to get it in front of eyes. And even if we did, our quality is never gonna compare to what's out there right now, because the resources are limited. We don't have unlimited resources. No one does. And the resources that exist, a few hands control those resources. So that's why Oscars Are So White. It has nothing to do with race, in my opinion. It has to do with inclusion. It has to do with, Hitler used to use film and propaganda to sort of put his ideas out there, and eventually the mainstream started buying them. So I'm not saying that that's what's going on now, but if we don't take control, there's no one stopping anyone from something similar to happen. For immigrants to start being demonized, or for Black people to start being seen a certain way. If we don't control that message, then that message is being controlled by someone else, and that message is being put out there, and people's perspectives about ourselves are changing. We got to take control. That's what I think it's about. So for now, Oscars Are So White. That's what's out there. If one of you have a better idea, implement it, and I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of people behind you if it's something positive. And if you don't have a better idea, then you either unite to this or just shut up, because there's nothing else in the middle. So wanted to bring you this, and make sure you subscribe. I'm gonna be putting more content. I might be in weird places because I just got to keep it moving, and that's, I haven't done videos. I haven't been able to sit down and actually do this. Just wanted to take a few minutes and talk about this for a minute. So Oscars Are So White, support the cause, shut up, or come up with your own, and let me know. You know, I get behind things that are positive in one way or another. So till next time, peace.